Tonight, we travel deep into the frozen wilderness of the Ural Mountains in Russia, a place so remote, so quiet, that even the wind seems to whisper secrets. A place now known around the world for one of the most puzzling cold cases in modern history, the Dyatlov Pass mystery. In January 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition. Confident, skilled, young. None of them knew that the journey ahead would become one of the most debated unsolved cases ever recorded. This is their story, and the chilling questions they left behind. Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student and seasoned outdoorsman, gathered a group of ambitious hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Their goal: a long ski trek across rough, snowy mountains, rated one of the most difficult routes in the region. The group: Igor Dyatlov, Zina Kolmogorova, Rustam Slobodin, Yuri Doroshenko, Ludmila Dubinina, Nikolai Thibault-Brignol, Alexander Kolevatov, Yuri Krivoniskenko, Semyon Zolotaryov. They were young, energetic, and extremely capable. They took photos, wrote diary entries, and enjoyed the adventure. Nothing suggested the tragedy that was coming. On January 28th, one member, Yuri Yudin, became ill and turned back. He didn't know it then, but he would become the only survivor of the expedition, not because he escaped danger, but because he never reached it. The remaining 9 hikers continued forward, skiing deeper into the mountains. These were the final days anyone saw them alive. By early February, the group reached Kholat Syakhl, meaning dead mountain in the local Mansi language. Snowstorms reduced visibility. Winds were harsh. Instead of moving downhill to shelter, the hikers camped on an exposed mountain slope. Experts still debate why. Days later, when they failed to return, rescue teams were sent out. What they discovered confused investigators for decades. The hikers' tent was still standing, but it had been cut open from the inside. Their footprints, many of them barefoot or only wearing socks, led down toward the forest, as if they had fled in a hurry. Why would trained, experienced hikers run outside into freezing temperatures without proper clothing? No one knew. Search teams found the hikers' belongings still inside the tent: shoes, coats, food, supplies. Everything you need to survive a Russian winter was left behind. At the edge of the forest, investigators found the first bodies, lying near a small burned area, as if they tried to stay warm. Others were discovered over the next weeks, farther into the woods. But here's the part that created global fascination. Nothing about the scene fit a simple explanation. There were no signs of outsiders, no signs of a fight, no obvious single cause that explained the entire situation. Just questions. More and more questions. For over 60 years, researchers, scientists, and investigators have struggled to explain what happened that night. Here are the leading theories, none proven. 1. The avalanche theory. Many experts believe a small, fast-moving avalanche could have pushed snow onto the tent. The hikers may have cut their way out to escape quickly, but no major avalanche traces were ever found, and the location wasn't known for heavy avalanches. Still, this remains one of the official explanations. 2. Katabatic winds. A sudden, powerful wind phenomenon, like a mini hurricane of cold air, may have scared the group, causing panic. Such winds are strong enough to make you flee instantly. This could explain why they left the tent so fast. 3. Paradoxical undressing. A stage of severe hypothermia can sometimes confuse people and make them remove clothing. But the hikers were experienced with cold weather, and the pattern didn't fully match this behavior. 4. Military testing. Some believe they accidentally camped near a secret Soviet weapons test, possibly rockets or explosive devices. Bright lights were reportedly seen in the sky that night. If the hikers heard or saw something frightening, they may have run. But again, there's no solid proof. 5. Infrasound panic. A scientific theory suggests that strong winds hitting the mountain might create low-frequency sound waves, inaudible to humans but capable of causing intense fear, nausea, or panic. Maybe the group fled in confusion, thinking something was wrong. 6. Local Mansi attack? Early investigators considered whether the local Mansi people harmed the group. But there was zero evidence supporting this. The Mansi community was peaceful and historically cooperative with hikers. The theory was dismissed quickly. 7. A chain reaction of events. Some modern researchers believe the real explanation might be a combination. A loud noise, fear of avalanche, running into the forest, getting lost in the storm, and the cold taking over. Not one single cause. Rather, several small events that created one large tragedy. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case. After reviewing the historical data, they announced a conclusion. A small avalanche combined with darkness and low visibility caused the hikers to flee the tent. But many experts around the world disagreed. Satellite studies of the area suggested avalanches were possible, but rare and usually mild. To this day, not everyone accepts the official explanation. Over 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass remains one of the world's most captivating cold cases. A mixture of nature's power, human fear, and unanswered questions. The hikers were young, talented, and full of dreams. Their final moments may never be fully understood, but their story continues to remind us of the mysteries nature still holds, and the boundaries humans push in search of adventure. This is the Dyatlov Pass mystery. If you have your own theory about what truly happened on that mountain, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I will read every single one of them. And if you love mysteries, unexplained events, and unsolved crimes, don't forget to subscribe, so you never miss the next case we uncover.